Number one, landfill. We briefly talked about this. A disposal site where you throw away waste, paper, glass, metal, everything. The example sentence, believe it or not, time will come when all our landfills will overflow with toxic chemicals from the garbage we throw there. So I think you can understand what is a landfill, right? Another word that sometimes we use is, we call it the dump. Dump originally is a verb, means to dump out. But sometimes we call like this landfill type place the dump. Maybe I think it's technically the same thing, but maybe when you say dump, like you're more talking about a place where you go yourself. Like I would, if you have some maybe it's different here. In Korea, you have to use the sticker, right? But when you have big items, large items, tables or stuff like that in the U.S., a lot of times either you have to pay some company to do it for you, or a lot of times I would go with my uncle to the dump, and it would have one area where we would throw it into the back of the truck and we would drive there. So one area where you put electronics here, and one area you put refrigerators, and one area you put blah blah blah. So the dump sounds a little bit to me like we're kind of doing it yourself type thing. Go there yourself. Landfill is more just where the garbage trucks go and dump all the trash into the ground. You know, landfill, they are filling the land, maybe some huge hole. But I actually think the same. The dump, landfill, is referring to the same type of place. And I went there just a couple times. Not really that fun. Really stinks. Really smelly place. Number two, bruising. And so here they used bruising as a noun. Damage on the outer part of crops, fruits, or plants. The example sentence, meticulous, very careful, meticulous consumers do not usually buy fruits with bruising. You could substitute picky. Picky consumers do not usually buy fruits with bruising.
Do you use bruising even to people?
Yes.
So like.
Yeah. So if you go to the doctor's office and they ask you, "Oh, do you have any bruising?" or you can say, "I'm experiencing some bruising." You can use bruise as a verb. So a lot of times, or a bruise. I have a bruise. Black and blue type thing. What do you say in Korean? Mung?
Yeah. Interesting. We also say that mung to add fruits, right?
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Sometimes the similarities between languages.
Quite
The differences and similarities. So if you have a bruise, that's that black and blue thing that you get from a hit. You can say a bruise. You can use bruise as a verb, or here they're using bruising as the ing noun form. Also, so you could see that at the doctors or with fruit. I guess, yeah, some people are picky, some people are not picky. Your peach or apple is bruised, some people don't care and they will eat it. Some people are really picky and don't want to eat it. Number three, infestation. The state of being invaded or overrun by parasites or bugs or something like that. So this example sentence, rice farmers are having a hard time dealing with the infestation in their farm this season. Here in our thing, it's talking about bruising. There's nothing wrong with them in terms of bruising or health issues or pest infestations. A pest means a bug or maybe rodent, ants, bees, possibly mice or something like that is a pest. So infestation is when you have so many of them coming, and a lot your crops. The crops refer to your plants. A lot of times you can have an infestation. I'm not a farmer, but I'm imagining what types of animals what types of pests could you have? I think butterflies, or do you know what a moth is? Like the small, ugly, dirty type butterfly. Maybe they can eat the crops, or birds. You can have an infestation of birds, an infestation of whatever animal or insect or pest. Next one, 5 or 4? I think it skips 4, right? Oh, number 5, skyrocket. To rise or cause to rise rapidly and suddenly, to skyrocket. The sales skyrocketed by 50% during the Black Friday sale. Then in this article or this video, they're talking about how they did not expect to do well, but it's all skyrocketed. He says it's all, so I mean their sales, their revenue, their business, the people talking to them. He's probably, you can assume mostly he's talking about sales. To skyrocket, to take off, rapidly and suddenly, not so much unexpectedly. It could be unexpectedly, or it could be expected, whatever. But to skyrocket, rapidly, quickly, and suddenly, like a rocket takes off into the sky. To skyrocket. They use it as a verb. Next one, word of mouth. Spoken communication. This is used a lot with business and marketing. Instead of marketing, a lot of stuff spreads, to spread by word of mouth. To spread by word of mouth. Here in this example sentence, that's how they use it. Even before the announcement was officially made, the good news about the salary increase already spread by word of mouth. You always see like that, to spread by word of mouth. It just means people talking to each other. You're my friend, so I meet you at the cafe, right? And I tell you, oh, this is a really good product. And then you tell your friend. And so just by word of mouth, by people talking to each other. And number 7, let's roll. He says in the video, let's roll, baby. Baby. And remember, let's roll, baby. It just means let's go. Come on. Let's get this started. Usually you can use it for an activity or a project, or even if I'm talking to my friends, let's go, let's roll. Like, let's all go outside and get in the car and leave. We have somewhere to be. Let's roll. Let's go. Come on, let's roll. Let's get this started. Let's go. Like that. Any questions?
What's the best word?
What's the best?
The word of the opposite, the skyrocket.
Oh, there's many. To skyrocket. Something can decrease, but that doesn't mean quickly. To drop off, to rapidly drop off, to plunge. The sales plunged, that's probably the best one. Meaning rapidly and suddenly go down. There's so many words you can use for go down, right? To decrease, to decline, to drop off. But if you want to give the idea that it's very quickly and suddenly, plunge.
How do you spell it?
Plunge. The sales plunged, that's probably the best one.
What about to raise gradually? Expression I can use like a skyrocket.
In my tens, there's probably one word, but it's always hard to think. You could, right now I just want to say to slowly rise, to gradually rise, to rise over time. A lot of times if something happens over time, we say to go up over time, to rise over time. to creep up, slowly go up. That's all I can think of right now. Okay, any more questions? That's a good question.
Could you pick 2 vocabularies for pounding out of these 6?
So what would be easiest to use? They're all good ones this week. They're all common words that I use myself. All of these. Skyrocket. And I don't know, the other ones might be Skyrocket and word of mouth. Okay, sure, word of mouth. Okay, we'll go to the